what's up, y'all? It's your girl Jazz, aka The Story Maestro, and today I wanted to talk about editing softwares. I want to jump right into it. Be careful with editing softwares because it's not designed to catch, line editing mistakes, developmental mistakes. It's only created to catch grammar and punctuation errors, and sometimes it might provide incorrect suggestions. And I say that because, man, it could actually be a multitude of things. For instance, I am very big on character voice consistency. Character voice consistency, if you don't know, is the way that your character thinks, the way they act, the way they react to things. It is who they are overall. It's really their personality, and it's making sure that the character voice flows throughout the story, and it sounds just like it. When that person does something, you're like, oh yeah, that's them. A editing software is not going to pick that up. Because if you have a person who is from the deep South and they have a twang to their voice that, every now and then you might put they going and not they are going to or something like that, that is something that only you know for sure. A Word might pick that up as an error. They might say, hey, this is spelled incorrectly, but you know that it's not. And that's one small example of how an editing software can give you the wrong thing because it doesn't match character voice. And back to the very first point I made, it is for grammar and punctuation, not developmental line editing, stuff like that. It is not keep in mind, editing softwares literally are nothing but softwares. They are computer driven. They are programs, meaning they are coded, meaning they could crash at any time, meaning there can be a glitch, meaning they cannot be that intellectually smart because it's a computer to catch, hey, you said that Klaus had on blue just in this scene and 3 lines later he has on red. It's not going to catch that. It's not going to be like, hey, that's wrong. That is something only a human is capable of doing. Just saying. And it's not to say that, you have to hire an editor to get all this done for you. I'm a huge advocate of spend money when you need to. If you are really good at structuring your story and plot and all that, maybe you should only spend your money on the line editing part. If you are actually kind of stuck and you're like, man, I'm not sure how much the story makes sense, you're probably better off with developmental editing. Granted, I think those are the two that you should definitely invest in, because if you have good editors, you'll really get the most out of your money with spending it on that and then doing the copy editing and proofreading yourself, because that is when you can use I'm not saying not to use the editing softwares. I'm just saying to be leery of using them. I feel like I'm detouring because it's so much in all of it. With editing softwares, you want to make sure that that it's going about the right way for what you want to do with your story, and knowing that it's not going to catch all of the editing phases that you need, in addition to the fact that, the stuff that you will pay money on, that's what you should spend it on. But yeah, back to the editing software. That is when you really can hone in on, okay, now I can use the editing software. Don't do it on your first draft. Don't do it on your second. Don't do it on your fifth. Do it after you know that you have completed developmental and line editing. When you know, okay, my story is done. There's probably no more changing that's going to happen. All I need to do is make sure that I cross my T's, dot my I's, put my commas where I need to, put semicolons, colons, whatever. That is when I would say the editing softwares will come in handy the most. Because at that point, again, your story is done. You've written all the lines that you need to. You just want to make sure that it's good for print. Seriously. And then proofreading. Because if you hire a editor as well, you just I just want to go through one more pass. Go ahead and go through that. But even then, be careful, because there are things that your copy editor may not have caught. I do have a friend I know, she wrote a book, and there was this one specific thing that no one would have ever caught, or not, excuse me, there's one specific thing that only a person would have caught. I don't think that an editing software could have caught that. So it's really about making sure that you know what you are looking for and how you plan on going about it, and knowing how it can be received. That was a mouthful. So have a plan on what you want to do, meaning who's your editing team, who of the editing team is going to do what. Are you going to be a part of your editing team? And from there, who's going to be a part of your editing team, and are they capable of doing that? And what are they going to use to get you through that? I personally, because I'm already such a big reader, I think that helps me a lot with my developmental and line editing skills. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I release videos every Tuesday and Thursday. And yeah, I'm just here. I'm learning just like y'all learning. So if you have anything you want to comment on, please leave it in the comments so that I can reply to it, so that we can have good conversation, because I think that's what community is about. And that's what I'm looking for, is community. It is incredibly hard to do something that you love when you do not have a community behind you that understands what you love. So yeah. Cool.